careful. It's not that. Sit on my knee.
Oh, great.
Yeah, right.
Can you smoke while you're scuba diving? I think I've found a way.
Clarkson, the man who likes to talk, gets his own talk show.
A 70s superhero with a change of currency, the 6 million rupee man is back with the rest of the team in 10 minutes. A new gig for Victor Lewis Smith now on BBC Two, taking the Michael out of adverts and being, rather offensive.
Remember all the crap they tried to sell on your TV? You bought the stuff, opened a pack, threw it away, see? Crazy from the push-button fun, Jimmy Osmond at #1. Space Dust made your tongue come alive, it was really cocaine for the under fives. Nothing doggies, gollywoggies, Jason King Wig, Thingamajig, Old Spice, Bruce and High Karate, the smell of a 70s teenage party. Paper knickers, shoes called kickers, slim wheel hot pants, winkle pickers, Cindy dolls and X-ray specs, the nearest you could get to sex. Chopper liz and nylon bedding, the rotten white suit you bought for a wedding. And there's the evidence.
They're great!
Well, they're not, Tony. They're crap.
Not another TV programme about ads!
Good evening. My name is Victor. I'm a TV critic. I live in your television set.
Oh!
Tonight, Ads Infinitum looks at comics. If you were a schoolboy in the 1960s, you had to make your own entertainment. And there were no end of things you could do. You could make a lady's winkle with your kneecap like this, or you could spend the day playing with cheap gifts from comics.
It's the Dandy Whirlybird, free with this week's Dandy.
Some gift. A meat skewer and a bit of bent plastic.
It's the Whirlybird!
Oh, I got one too.
I bet he has. Frankly, I wouldn't trust my kids with a man who laughs like that and hangs around on park benches. Call the police. Pederast alert. Mr. Policeman.
See?
What's that? What was that? What's that? It's the Dandy Thunderbang.
The Dandy Thunderbang is given free with the Dandy this week.
Hi, you little gang, get the Dandy Thunderbang.
Oh, sorry. Would somebody translate?
Hi, you little gang, get the Dandy Thunderbang.
Oh, I see. It's the famous child pop group, the Cleft Palate 5, talking gibberish again.
What's that?
Yes, that's right. It's always a good idea to make a noise that sounds like gunfire near a policeman. If you want to enjoy some Death on the Rock style shoot to kill good old-fashioned honest coppering, then make sure you get your Thunderbang today. So, looking for another means of giving Granny a heart attack so you can pocket your inheritance? Or perhaps Aboriginal strangulation techniques are your bag?
The Red Racketing.
Not a lot of people know this, but this is how Rudolf Hess garroted himself in Spandau Prison. It wasn't suicide or a CIA plot. He was just enjoying playing with his sparky red rackety a little too much. He'd still be alive today if he'd been playing with his flying snorter instead. You see, kids had simple pleasures back in those days. Nowadays, children prefer to snort then fly. Dear. Still, this bunch were obviously on something too. Maybe they were snorting Beecham's powders.
Hey kids, you may not get high, but you don't get cold or flu symptoms either.
Shall I drive on, sir? Home games?
Nobody ever laughed at a comic, so why are these children laughing? Because they're child actors who were paid to laugh. End of mystery. Hardly a three-pipe problem. Watson.
Bimbo presents a wonderful free gift this week, Tip Top Tiddlywinks, to give hours of fun and enjoyment. Snap the counter and whee! It's in the box. It's free in Bimbo.
It's not hard to see why this comic folded. It folded because it had a neat crease down the middle. No, wait a minute. It folded because it encouraged the idea that the best way to enjoy it was for three people to read one issue together instead of buying one each, and that's absolutely terrible for circulation, as is tying your wrists tightly together or rolling elastic bands up your thighs. That's terrible for circulation too. It could make you go
Deaf! Jackie, the big colour paper for with it girls.
deaf. Well, why else is this man shouting at me? Why doesn't he just get a bit nearer the mic and talk normally? It hurts my brain.
With it wear to suit your purse. Plus...
Where was I? Oh, I remember. I was a 1930s big band crooner broadcasting to the workers of a cake factory over their tannoy news that the next item on Ads Infinitum might be about paedophiliacs.
The next item on Ads Infinitum, just very well might be about paedophiliacs.
Boys, look at this.
Boys, look at this. Definitely call the police. Hey, kids, always be wary of men who say, boys, look at this. Next thing you know...
Hello, Terry.
One at a time.
My mum says I'm not allowed to say no.
Boys, look at this.
They'll be saying kiss punch goodnight and let's play General Wobbly hides his helmet, and you'll be uttering the phrase, it stings and I feel dirty. But you must excuse me, I'm rambling. Bet you didn't believe me, did you? But you see, I am rambling. You see, look, back in those days, parents had no need for a national lottery because they were reading their adult comics and getting free gifts from The Weekly News, the world's first spinning newspaper, and the eminently unreadable My Weekly.
My Weekly, the go-ahead magazine with first-class stories.
This was a magazine that thought its women readers were so thoroughly ill-prepared for domestic life that it used to give them basic free gifts like this.
This easy-to-read tape measure.
Bloody tape measure. We all know what the young lads use that for, don't we? I'll give you a clue. Of course, it's unfair to suggest that these magazines were simply full of stories, knitting and patterns.
It's full of stories, knitting and patterns.
There were lots of other things in there for fluffy-headed ladies. Recipes for sumptuous-looking food, knitting sweaters, babies, baking, cat strangling, knitting socks, slimming exercises, knitting your husband the exciting stupid bastard look sweater, babies, personalities.
John Curry, where does he go from here?
I'm afraid Jesus wanted him for a sunbeam, as well as making all kinds of sauces and see if affairs end in divorces. Think I'm joking?
I want to make all kinds of sauces and see if affairs all end in divorces. I want free patterns.
Patterns. Bloody patterns. No, they were wholesome magazines, and you can't say fairer than that. See, I told you. You can't say fairer than that.
You're right, Vic.
I know I'm right. You can't say fairer. Tray on head. Ow, Tray on the head. Ow. Where was I? Oh, yes, I was in her flat strangling Lord Lucan's nanny and trying to impress Jodie Foster. No, that's not at all right. Back to comics. And for the girlies who didn't want to worry their fluffy little heads with men's things like football or going to war, they were given poppers.
Judy, the exciting picture story paper for girls, has a super free gift. This pop bead bracelet.
Girly comics always followed more literary pursuits.
Diana, the famous picture story paper for girls, presents this charming day-by-day book, a gift that will last you the whole year.
It's super for keeping your little secrets.
Like plotting your first period, say. Super! But time for our quiz of the week. Which famous person did this little girl grow up to become? Yes, you guessed it. Jeremy Beadle. Our winner... Mrs. Tootsie Pickles of Leominster wins a free barium meal at a hospital of her choice. She tells us she'd like to see Germany's answer to Bernard Manning, Heinz Welch, doing his famous TV routine about children's comics.
Wenn man wie ich die 30 erreicht hat und schon einige Falten die Stirn haben, sich auf dieser zu zeigen, so reibe man sich früh morgens nicht zu spät Morpheus Arme aus den Augen. Nein! Meine Damen und Herren, auch ein deutscher Wald, auch hier der Schwarzwald, ist ja auch etwas Schönes, nicht? Man schreitet hinein. Und da ein Reh, ein Kontra. Ja, und deswegen braucht man nicht immer gleich ins Ausland zu reisen. Nein, zum Beispiel nach Italien, wie in das Land der Pomeronen und Zitranzen, was? Ach, Rom ist auch nicht an einem Tag von der Wölfin gesäugt worden. Oder nach Griechenland etwa, wo die kleinen Kinder Alpha Alpha sagen, wenn sie AA meinen. Nee.
It's super for keeping...
Oh, piss off. Time for the campaign they wish they had never done of the week.
The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy...
From the SS to SO. In the 1950s, grown-ups were being entertained by their own comic characters on the small screen, with the emphasis on racial stereotyping.
Oh, the SO sign mean happy motoring. The SO sign mean happy motoring. The SO sign mean happy motoring. Call that the SO sign man.
For SO Extra, SO Extra.
For the SO sign mean happy motoring, SO sign mean happy motoring, SO sign mean belly happy motoring, call it the SO sign.
For SO Extra, SO Extra, call it the SO sign. For SO Extra, Extra,
Extra, extra, read all about it. Worst Lincoln newspaper ever. Extra.
On September 15, a brand new newspaper will be born. The Sun. Intelligent, bright and alive. Born of the age we live in. The Sun.
Ah, well, all that was years ago. We've all become much more sophisticated since then. Our newspapers and magazines are much more stylish, and even the free gifts in our kids' comics have become much, much more advanced.
A rip-roaring flying balloon with lots and lots. With a new feature and topper.
No, they haven't. They're all the bloody same. Oh, hell. Oh, I said bloody. Oh, bloody. Oh, I said hell. Oh, boo-hoo, 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 cripes, I swore. Oh, now I'm going to get slippered. Oh, please, please, please slipper me. Please, 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 slipper me. Slipper me.
Another swell TV show from Associated Rediffusion.
And there's more from Victor Lewis Smith at the same time next week, 10 to 10 on BBC Two.
From the writers of Father Ted.
Big Train.
Here's an idea, okay? Just let me...
Big Train, coming soon on BBC Two.
Big Train.
Now on BBC Two, goodness gracious me, it's award-winning comedy.